What is going on, guys? Today we're going to be doing a tier list of all the new Pokemon TCG Pocket EX cards from the Wisdom of Sea and Sky pack. So some decent cards that come out of here. Obviously, completely new meta. That's happens with every single new pack. But let's just hop into it. So gonna start off with Umbreon EX here. So maybe already starting off with a little controversial opinion, but I'm not the biggest fan. I know they added that extra card to go with it, not the trainer card, the tool to go with it. I think it's when you get taken out, you can put or attack, you put like the opponent's card back in their deck, a supporter card. I don't think that makes it as good, that good at all. So overall, it's 2 energy for 80 damage, and then once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may switch it out for one of your opponent's benched Pokemon that has damage on it. It's okay of an ability. For 140 health, I just think it makes it, middle of the road. If you have a dark deck you like, it could maybe complement it. But having to throw Eevee in there, I really think it's just all right overall. So also something to note about this is within the pack. This is not between every single, compared to every EX card that's, out there. I'll probably do a tier list on that later. So up next, we're going to be doing Skarmory EX. So 140 health, 70 damage, a little less damage than Umbreon. But I actually am going to place this probably higher just because the card, the trainer card, I think it's I don't remember the name off the top of my head, but the trainer card allows you to do minus 50 damage for a turn, which can be massive, alongside the fact that the attack itself is, like I said, 2 for 70 damage, but it's also this Pokemon takes minus 20 damage from attacks for like the next turn, which that is great. Alongside of the Steel Apron, which is commonly run with this. It's ran in the Expert Solo mission. And if I had another Skarmory, I would definitely be running this deck for fun. But just for that, I think I'll place this in the A tier. Next one, Seadra EX. Again, not the biggest fan of this. I feel like I have to place this above Umbreon just because there's a lot of water support out there. And they even added more. But with that water support and the use of rare candy, you can get this up pretty much just as quick as long as you get you pull the cards for it. And it's 2 for 90 damage, 170 health, which is pretty big actually. And then the opponent's Pokemon cannot retreat for during the next turn. So that alone, I don't think that's gonna really save you or do that much. But 2 for 90 damage, 170 health. I'm going to place that, just in my opinion, I think it's going to be above Umbreon, but below Skarmory. So the way I do these is to the left, closer to the A is better. So Shuckle EX, I've seen people use these. This is more of a fun one. I don't really like this Pokemon at all. Solid Shell, minus 20 damage from attacks. I think the only thing that it has going for it is that it's a basic. 120 health for 1 energy, which 1 energy is nice, but max it can do is 60 damage. 60 damage for 1 energy is good, but how often are you hitting all of those? I don't know. For me personally, I feel like I'm always just hitting like 1 coin flip, so 20 damage. Can be a good tank to start off with, but I'm not really a big fan of it. I'm going to put this in C tier. I might move this up, but we'll see. Ho-Oh EX, we saw this plus Lugia, and everyone kind of thought that was going to be like the play, that was going to be the meta, but I haven't seen it too much. I've seen it with a lot of other decks, and especially the baby decks. I've seen a lot of people use the Magby, I think it is. So if you don't know what it does, it's 3 energy for 80 damage, 150 health, and it's take a fire, water, and lightning energy from your energy zone and attach it to your bench Pokemon in any way you like. I have seen people use this to build up other Pokemon, but overall, I think it is middle of the road. I think it's better than Umbreon because there are definitely uses for this, I would say. Lugia EX, honestly, same thing. I feel that it's hard to get up. If you play Lugia, you kind of have to play Ho-Oh, because that's the only real way to get it up, unless you're using, again, baby Pokemon to get it up. But they're just so weak that, they can just get one hit by most Pokemon. So I'm going to put this probably the bottom of B tier. Lantern EX, sorry. It is a stage 1, 150 health, 3 energy, flashing signal for 80 damage. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent is paralyzed. If tails, your opponent's Pokemon is confused. I like the idea of the ability, but I have not seen this in play, like competitive or anything like that. And overall, I think it's just not... I don't think it's that good. I really don't like it at all. I'm honestly going to put it in D tier. Maybe if something changes, comes around, it could be made of something, but as of now, I don't think it's that good. So Espeon EX. Espeon EX is probably the best thing to come from this set, mainly because one of the most meta decks right now is literally Espeon Sylveon. I think Pokemon TCG is... you can say it's good or bad in the way that they don't have fairy types. The only thing fairy types do is change the weakness. So fairy types really just are psychic types. And that means that you can run both of those together. Most of you probably knew that, but with that, just a little overview of the card. Espeon EX, 140 health, 2 energy for 80 damage. Already better than Lantern in my opinion. But once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may heal 30 damage from one of your Pokemon. I think that's a really good ability. Really good in the meta. Like I said, I think it's the best in the pack. So obviously I'm going to have to put that in S tier. Donphan EX, stage 1, 160 health, gigantic press, does 50 damage, but this Pokemon has at least 2 extra energy attached. It does 60 more. So 110, 3 retreat costs. I kind of want to like this more than I do, especially with like Lucario in the scene. If you have both of those set up, it does do a lot of damage. But again, that is 100% hinging on at you setting it up. So I think I'm gonna have to put this lower than I wish, but mainly because I don't see any play. Probably have to put it in C, but above Shuckle in my opinion. Last card we have here is Crobat EX, 170 health, 70 damage for 1 energy, which I think is pretty good. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. So I have not pulled this yet, so I can't play it, but I really, really like this card. This is definitely a personal opinion that probably most people don't like, but I think you could set this with 2 Nihilios from the Ultra Beast set, and it could be really powerful. Obviously, getting this online is a little luck based because you do need you probably need the rare candy or the full line, so that can be iffy. But overall, I really want to try this card out, and I think it has potential. So I am gonna put this in high A tier, right here. I will put a link to this in the description if you want to check it out. Maybe make your own opinions about where things go. I would love to talk about this in the comments with you guys, so feel free. But other than that, have a great rest of your day.